Jake, this one's gonna be awesome. You're gonna learn a lot in this one. This is peering into hacks that like I don't want to talk about because they're
Ooh.
so effective.
Guys, there's this really cool tool that I came across recently called Firefly.ai.
Ooh.
And they're
Yeah,
specifically, have you come across it, Ross?
you logged it into our live stream, didn't you?
Yeah. It actually records, and I think it's like one of the coolest AI things to come out recently. It actually um, records your whole conversation and actually parses out, like, it transcribes it, but then parse out tasks. So you can be like, all right, what were the tasks from the meeting? What were the, and then it shows like who was talking as well. So it has different color.
Okay, what is it called? Sorry.
Firefly.ai.
And we're getting started right off the bat. Firefly AI. Let's throw it in there.
Oh, wait, you guys are actually going to do it right now?
Yeah, why not? Let's get started.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were talking
cool.
BS. Now we're talking real stuff. Like, why don't we do intro? Jake, you want to do the intro?
About Firefly.ai?
No, like, welcome to Masters of Marketing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. Welcome to Masters of Marketing, where the masters of marketing come together and demonstrate, the secrets to success. Well, you'll get rich overnight. I'm just kidding. I hate people like that.
Yeah, no rich overnight. Rich after like
No.
10 years of like hard work, blood, sweat, tears, and
Mhm.
3 divorces.
Oh, wow.
Three.
That's
That's a lot.
a
Wait,
lot. Yeah.
sorry.
Dang.
So I'm exaggerating. 1.5.
Oh my gosh.
Half. I don't even want to define that.
But
The best
yeah,
pickup line ever, though, is "Wow, you look like a great first wife." Then they know you're from San Francisco.
Not
oh
appropriate.
my God. Yeah. But yeah, welcome to Masters of Marketing, everyone. Man, I'm super ready to learn about marketing today. Every day is just my mind gets blown by some of this knowledge in here. It's incredible.
Nice.
All right, let's
But
talk
also,
about Firefly AI. Ross, can you bring it up?
Sure.
quick note though, everyone keeps asking about my Blue Ocean webinar, so excited to share that out once there's a link.
Yeah, we're gonna throw it up on YouTube and Alpha Voice, and it's already live in the Facebook group, so you can put people to the Facebook group. We have we had the I'm gonna talk about like a dirt spot on our branding right now. We had like the head of branding of Reddit like say he wanted to come and speak, and then he looked at our branding and our website and it was like, maybe I should wait.
Oh, the joys. That's I'm kind of getting some of that with my Slack channel. I'll get like, really, oh yeah, seems cool. We'll sign up and then like, oh, all right, like this is pretty good. This is pretty cool. It's not like, so it's but you'll get there, man. You'll definitely get there.
Absolutely. All right, so let's talk about Firefly AI.
Do it, Jake. Go into it.
Yeah. So actually, I'm gonna share my screen because that's not the right landing page I found. I'm just gonna share my screen, guys.
Yeah,
Taking over.
Do it.
All right, you can see everything.
Oh, nice calendar.
Yeah, it's a lot of filler stuff.
Oh wow. We're on there every day.
Yeah,
Ooh.
today is really busy.
Oh.
Today I have a lot of stuff. But yeah, let me hang on. I don't like sharing my screen. Let me Firefly. I think Fireflies.ai. There we go. This is the one. So this is yeah, but it's free, and for some reason it started going to all my Zoom meetings. So I was actually in another like webinar that was pretty confidential, and it was recording it, and it just showed up. So I think the host was like, "What is this Firefly?"
Okay, so does it record the audio?
Yeah. So what it does, it's pretty amazing. I can actually probably show you my screen real quick with probably one of my last meetings I had. It automatically does it for some of my past meetings. I'm just kind of testing it out. So I did a stand up with my team the other day. So you have tasks, pricing, metrics. So these are maybe we talked about some of this stuff. So task always comes up. So you can see like, hey, talked about it.
This
I
is
mean,
amazing.
it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but let's go like, let's
do
the task.
This is like to kind of like hype on this point, I want to really tell you, like, I understand and I get this. What the original context or the idea around Alpha Voice was taking Gong.io and then applying that to every single podcast in the universe and then making that searchable via voice, right? So, like, we have all these conversations. There's these podcasts. If you think about what's still locked up, like all of these meetings and webinars have like unbelievably valuable content locked up in them. And Google has done the best job in the world. And that's why they're such a valuable company, unlocking the internet, like transcribing, searching, building a search engine on top of the internet. And this type of space right here, where you're unlocking audio content and making it searchable, is going to be one of the biggest opportunities in the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, just harping on the Caleb. Well, I remember Caleb asking when I first brought up Blue Ocean's like voice and kind of bringing in voice. And it's like, this is like another aspect of voice and AI coming together and kind of creating its own Blue Ocean. Like, this is specifically just for like Zoom meetings, right? I mean, they probably do it for every other meeting, but their target, like, I saw this on Product Hunt and I was like, oh wait, this is exactly for Zoom meetings. They took advantage of the market right now, took advantage of the pandemic because everyone's using Zoom. And like, that was like their best marketing thing they could have done. Cause like, I don't think I would have come across this any other time. Like, oh yeah, transcribing for meetings or whatever. But now it's like your Zoom meetings recorded by an AI and parsed out by tasks and filters and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
is there a way to upgrade here and like make money, like give the company money?
Yeah. I mean, I'll have to log out. You guys are seeing all my personal private conversations with my team. Let's see. Oh, cool. You can. Oh, wow. It even syncs my calendars. Oh man, that's super cool. Upcoming meetings, audio. Oh, dude, you can even upload audio files. You can. Oh, wow. I mean, you guys want to try it right now with this thing? Brian, Ross?
I think we should do that on another episode. Ross has some content like prepared for today.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't really know what you guys are doing, but anyways,
that's cool.
Go on. I'll
But like, we should totally dive into this. We should talk about Gong. We should talk about Sonia.ai. Like these types of services. The other one is Andrew Mason's, I think it's Descript, that are doing some really cool stuff in this space about audio and audio clipping, and the ability to edit audio files is just like amazing.
Oh yeah, it's going to be the future.
For sure.
For sure. Once it gets, I mean, it's already gotten so good and it's just going to get better.
For sure.
Cool. I'll let you guys take over now.
Cool. Brian, quickly before I start, can you just make the other instance of me, which is Gravity One Gates, a presenter?
Okay. I can do that.
I'm going to talk from that computer instead, just so that now anyone who talks, it'll show their camera on the screen.
But you're going to have to mute the other one.
Already did. That's why it cut off in the middle of me talking.
Okay, got it.
Cool. So now if I share my screen, this is going to be awesome.
Ross is a news reporter right now.
I'm a what?
News reporter. You have two camera angles now?
I am. I talked to someone yesterday. I was like, what do you use for streaming? That's a bad camera angle. And they were like, oh, we use a professional studio. We have like 6 cameras, no zoom. I was like, that's awesome.
6 cameras, no zoom. All right, so
okay.
Personalized images?
Yes. Talk about personalized images.
Cool.
So I'm just going to dive into some campaigns that we've done. And they all start with the discovery of this awesome tool. One sec. Let me get this off the screen. Or not, which is Nifty Images. And I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this before, but it's basically just putting a bunch of like what's called variables into images. So you can put people's names in, you can put pictures in, which is really, really helpful for emails, LinkedIn messages, and landing pages. I discovered this because I was like, I want to put a video in an email, but I want it to be known that this video is specifically directed at a person and that this guide is directly for them. And so I searched around and figured out you can actually upload your own images to something like Nifty Images, and then you can have it so that you go in here and then first name, everywhere you see that, these are all variables. So I could say like featuring first name. So I created this because I want to send it to a bunch of potential speakers on LinkedIn.
So Ross,
And
Ross, very quick question. Are they, like,
yeah.
why are personalized images interesting? Like, I get that it's like cool tech, but like, why is this neat in the first place, or what's the value for it?
I think the first one is just it takes up a lot more space, and so when you send someone a personalized image, like it gets the same message across, but it looks really professional, and it looks like you made it just for them, and it takes up, you know, a much larger height on the screen, and so I don't know, they just engage with it more. Secondly, like I don't know if a lot of people know you can make personalized images, but it just looks like you put in a ton of effort to make this one thing specifically for them.
Got it. So if there's perceived effort in the value of like making a personalized image for the individual, and it takes up more real estate on the screen, basically your efforts and your engagement the engagement is what you're looking for, so that'll increase.
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm just going to show some examples. So we put these on video cover images and made it look like these are just the variables, but made it look like we made this video just for them. Enjoy the video. You should see this video. Like, hey, we made this video for you. Like, it wasn't just for them. It was a generic video that taught the same thing to everyone who received it. But the perceived value of, wow, you made this image just for me and you made a video just for me, like that's a lot of effort. And it's a high quality video. It's a lot better than one of those videos that's like, here, I have this whiteboard. Let me spend 30 seconds telling you why you're on my mass marketing list and I'm reaching out. So perceived value, like way up. What worked for us? So just, I'm gonna go through a flow. Like top level, these really work in emails. They're hard to make in Gmail because you have to make the whole email in HTML. You can't insert this image by itself. You have to actually insert an image tag in the HTML, which has a variable URL that Nifty Images or whatever source you're using will give you. And then you can change a variable in that URL to say whatever you want, like whatever name. So for this, you kind of need any mass email sending service that lets you put an HTML template in. Also, with those mass email sending services, you can put in a list of all your recipients. And if you have an awesome data provider with first name, last name, company name, which you can already, like in a lot of these services, you can already insert the variable in the email. You can also just insert the variable directly into the HTML string for this image. And so now when you mass email out this image to everyone, it inserts that variable for each email and creates a custom image to 1,000 people at the same time. So super powerful for emails. It's also super powerful on landing pages. So this is an email. So one of our campaigns is we were emailing a bunch of conference owners and saying, hey, conferences make a ton of video. You can chop up that content and you can put it on our platform, send it through our platform, etc. And this is the landing page that they show up on. You can see in the URL, if you have, we use Vue and React. So if you have a URL where you can insert a variable of some sort, then you can just change that variable and it will change your entire page, but also these Nifty images, which are the same image tag URLs where you just put your own variable into it and it automatically creates that image. These are super powerful because it looks like you made the entire landing page just for them. I don't know if they'll notice this little variable. Some people will, but like we brought them through the whole process of, you know, this is how you're going to sell more tickets. This is how you dominate marketing. Here's the entire recipe, and we made it just for you. And this had a very high engagement because people want to click. Also, if you ever read How to Win Friends and Influence People, they say that someone's first name is their favorite word in the English language. So if you just have their first name on everything, they click on it a lot more. So super valuable. Are there any questions?
So
what was this? Oh, go ahead, Brian.
So the hack is basically you're feeding into people's personalization of themselves, and then what was the thing about the first name? It's like the number one thing people love.
Yeah, it's people's favorite words. Like if you meet someone for the first time and you just remember their first name, like this is kind of over the top, but in sales conversations, so hear people be like, "Oh yeah, Ross, like that's a great idea. Yeah, Ross, we should talk more about your company." And they just say your first name so many times that you're like, "Oh, like I'm so important. This person loves me." Also, in How to Win Friends and Influence People, it just says, people want power, they want prestige, they want these other things. And by recognizing them by their first name, you give them all three of those.
It's deep. I love that.
Jake, you had a question?
Just this software that you used to build this page.
This page?
Yeah.
This page is all built custom in React by our designers.
Gotcha. But you like tracking the first name?
Yeah. So tracking the first name, I don't know if I should show code, but like something like pretty much React Vue, you can put URL variables into all these pages.
I see. You just I'm semi-technical, but yeah, you just from link go to this URL, and then you just add this. If this is the URL, then it'll show where all the variables are at in the page.
Exactly.
So,
I was gonna show you, and if you don't add it to the URL, no, I guess it doesn't exist. So I have to add a name. But sometimes if you don't add it to the URL, you can get it to just show a default like friend.
So you need
the / and it'll say friend, which is not as cool because friend is like weird language. But
yeah, it's an interesting art to come up with your backups.
That's a pretty cool. I don't know if there's anyone actually selling a product like this, but that's really cool. Like really, I mean, Clearbit, right? Clearbit.
Yeah.
I think they kind of do this a little bit.
We met this company out of the UK, but they were very early on, and it was very limited lead pages type of kind of product, and it wasn't there yet. They're working on this. They're working on this exact problem. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but it was not impressive.
Yeah, I mean, this is just really cool. Whoever, really cool way. Like you guys, I mean, that's just a cool tool.
Thanks. Yeah, well, Nifty Images takes all the credit for the images, which are awesome. And we only use a very small fraction of what they allow. We only do text replacement. They also allow like multiple text replacement, image replacement. I'm just going to show you a crazy hack, which was I used this and it totally worked. Oh no, logged me out. I don't really want to show you my login, but I'll just describe it. So I took a screenshot of someone who had a new job on LinkedIn, and then I replaced their first name, their company name, and how we were connected in that image, and then emailed them that image and was like, "Hey, I just saw you had a new job. Like we have these people in common. Let's connect on LinkedIn." And that was just super powerful because you had customized multiple variables about them in an image that looked like it was a screenshot, which could have been a screenshot. It was true. I just didn't go and take the time to actually do 1,000 screenshots. And then I haven't used this, but you could then even do image replacement, like take their LinkedIn profile picture, something like that, and put it in the image so that changes too. So super powerful.
So cool. So cool.
Yeah. Cool. I'm going to move on and show in LinkedIn that this also works. So this is from the same exact page. Like that's the same exact picture. That was just coincidence that same picture came up. And in LinkedIn, if you actually take the Nifty image and you put it in your Twitter tag or your Open Graph tag, that image, when Google goes or LinkedIn goes and says, "Hey, give me the OG tag for that," if you put this same, like you can see there's Nate on here. Whoops. You can see there's this variable on the end of this URL. If you put that URL and LinkedIn goes to your site to grab the open graph, it then grabs that programmatic image URL, loads the variable you put in here, and loads that image as your open graph, which is super powerful for when you're just connecting with people on LinkedIn. You say, hey, check out my website. I made it just for you. Boom, picture with them in it. And they're like, whoa, like this is the actual open graph for this website. How did this work?
So Ross, I'm
You guys
taking the screen over for a second. Can you go through the experience and send me a link, or send me one of those links, or I can send you a link and show how
Yeah,
it
sure.
comes
One
in?
second. I just got to open it up because.
Right. So I'm
Just
going
quick.
to take this and I'll send it to Ross and show how it works. What was amazing about this hack is like, it was kind of something that was like unexpected to come out of the gate. Oh, rad. We got some like codes there. And when it appeared, it was really like an unintended consequence. And you have to let it like load for a second. Let me see if I can refresh this. But an unintended consequence where our click-through and engagement like increased by like 4x, 5x. And it was pretty amazing.
Yeah. The next
I gotta
hack,
say this. I gotta hop with this call, but that is probably one of the coolest. Like I just gotta say, the coolest hacks, growth hacks, with engagements I've probably seen like in a really long time.
okay, I
So,
want to
like,
step it up
great
one
job
notch.
with that.
Right before you jump off, Jake, I want to step it
Okay.
up.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Oh, you can't see my screen. Brian, I have to take my screen back. I'm sorry.
That's cool.
I don't actually know how to do that though. Share screen. Continue. Cool, you can see this again. So this is how I'm doing the cover images for all of the video interviews that we're doing. Like that is the LinkedIn profile image of Daniel Miller. And my goal is to make a nifty image that I can send people that take, like, you know whose LinkedIn profile you're sending it to. So you send it to that profile, it takes their profile image, it puts them in this image, and it says Masters of Marketing, like, you know, featuring Daniel Miller as our next speaker with their picture, and then just like blows their mind and they're like, yes. So
that's our campaign to get new speakers, right?
yes.
Brad. That's
Don't
cool.
tell anyone. Secret.
So cool. Thanks guys for showing me that. That is amazing. Like truly, really cool.
Jody, thank you for your time, and happy Friday, everybody, and see you guys back on Monday for Masters of Marketing.